Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Power Hour show. And today is going to be amazing. It's going to be all about the butterfly effect. Just want to let you know that we are doing a recording and I have amazing guests that's going to blow your socks away. The reason for the recording is I cannot be live on Sunday. We are going to go to a game farm in between mountains, and there will be no Wi-Fi for me to come out and be able to be live on the show. So this is my first recording, and my guests are all here. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about the butterfly effect? What do you know? For me, taking small steps and having a big change in your life. So I lost a whole person in weight. And I went through my why. I went through my imagination. I was dreaming what I would have done at the end. Play with my grandson. Be on a swing with my grandson. Fit in the swing. Run on the beach. So I have done the why. And if you want to find out or see a little bit more about that, look at last week's episode. Episode 15. I have talked about it. And then I had to look at my resources, my what and my who. And it sounds like Doctor Who, but my who is going to help me. So let me show you quickly a picture. I lost a whole person in weight. But the what was not easy. First thing I did, I eat a little bit less and move a little bit more. And then I went to the dietitian. And she told me, Sanet, you have to chew your food 28 times before you swallow it. Your stomach doesn't have teeth. You have to chew your food properly. Ladies and gentlemen, that took 3 months to get right. So, just that example of chewing my food 28 times was a small step in my Omi and Xander plan, but it was vital. It was vital for my stomach to let all the nutrients go where it needs to go, and then what food I don't need in my body to let it go. But I had to do the chewing 28 times. I literally had to, 1, 2, 3. I had to count in my head 28 times. And sometimes, before even I forget, it was already halfway down, and then I stopped. And mindfully, I brought myself back and practiced until I got it right. So for me, just chewing my food is a butterfly effect. And through lots of butterfly effects, small steps that have helped me. So if you are ready, and I am standing and dancing today again, I'm ready to bring you in the present moment and enjoy my. I would love you to do 3 deep breaths, just 3. Take a deep breath in, release. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit. Take another breath in, release. Last one in, release. Wiggle your shoulders and I am about to play a beautiful video of E360 TV. Thank you to Oren Haynes and the beautiful people at E360 TV to give us this amazing platform. And after that, my beautiful guest is going to be here. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot hide it. Wow, 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 wow. You all back, and here is my beautiful guest for this week. I'm going to start with Duchess DJ Love to ask her to introduce herself, and then we will go to Giovanna to ask her to introduce herself, and then lastly, but not least, my favorite Dr. Michael Alexander. Duchess DJ, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Duchess DJ Love. My platform is Gallivanting Like a Royal. And I want to share love everywhere I go, and I explore the world. And that's the thing. We are born royal subjects on this earth. We need to act that way, and we need to live a royal lifestyle. My show, Gallivanting Like a Royal, is going to help bring these insights into play. They're going to show you travel destinations. I'm going to give you travel tips. I published a book, Travel Tude. It's available on Amazon and at Barnes and Noble. And I got another book called Money Matters is in the works to help you with your financial issues that some people are having these days. So my platform is all about letting you have a better life, helping you with the tools to get you to that better life. Was not born royal. I mean, I was born royal in my birthright, but what I mean by that is that I was born from my family. We're in poverty. We had to get out of poverty. I now live a very royal lifestyle. I travel the world, and there's not much that I don't have. And I want to share my tips with you. I want to help encourage you. And I'll have two guests on my show each week to help explain things to you on different topics. It's going to be variety. And then in the middle of it, I'm going to show you some travel tips, some travel videos, tips that I have for you. And if any questions, comments, you just let me know. But it's all about sharing the love while I explore the world. Again, I'm Duchess DJ Love.
Wow. And I was so interested in what you had to say. I even didn't do this. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I brought it specially today for you. So thank you so much, my beautiful Duchess DJ. Before I go to Giovanna, when will your show be aired and on what platform?
My show will go live on Mother's Day, which is May 14th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it's going to be on the E360 TV platform, also on Facebook, YouTube, on my website, and all the different places at 360 services. I will be there shining some light out and giving everybody a royal wave.
Wow. And how do you wave? Do the wave, please show. Oh, there you are. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. If I then can go over to Giovanna.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Giovanna Tartarone, and I am a life coach and educator. I help people to inspire them to come out of the dark and into the light with my TV show, Inspirational Authentic Minds. Really bringing people together to help them see that there are possibilities of what we call the impossible. And through sharing inspirational stories, I hope my goal is to really change this world, because this world needs to change and we can have more love around the world. And what I'm doing is for the people, by the people, right? By the people, for the people are coming together to share their stories and giving them ways to really understand change happens with us first, and then we can bring it out to the world. but it has to happen inside from our heart, sharing compassionate, sharing love, sharing encouragement, being empathetic to people, and just be kind. Because what we put out there, we get back into our life. So if we feel good in the inside, our world will change on the outside. And that is my mission with my TV show.
Wow. Ladies, I'm goosebumps. So that just, and Dr. Michael, if you could just mute yourself. Sorry for the feedback. Sorry for the feedback. So I just want to say I'm so proud of Giovanna and Duchess DJ Love. They are part of my amazing Diamond Beauty group, Diamond Beauties Forever, on Facebook. And the Diamond Beauties is going to take over the world with love. My vision is as well to be Earth's most heart centered brand, to bring experience to fill the world with love, joy, and happiness. And all three of my guests is part of bringing that to all of you. So, wow, I am so excited. I cannot hide it. So, Dr. Micah Alexander, please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael Alexander, and I work with people to help them realize that they are focusing on their problems when they should be focusing on the solutions. We need to think a little creatively, and if we do as we're trained to look at a problem and focus in with laser-like precision, we're going to miss the solution, which is right next door. And whether those problems are technical or personal, it's a matter of changing their perspective. And I help people do that.
Thank you, Dr. Michael. So if you could maybe just mute yourself, let me just quickly mute you. We have a little bit of feedback. So for me, Dr. Michael Alexander was my speech coach, and he actually helped me to do my signature speech before going on stages and deliver it. And he showed me in such a beautiful way how I can make a small change in my wording. As Afrikaans is my first language and English is my second language, small changes that I made to make my speech or my inspirational talk more magnificent. I want to say beautiful, but it was actually magnificent because I did change a lot of people's lives. So thank you for that, Dr. Micah Alexander. So now we're going to go back to Duchess DJ Love. And Duchess, I would love to ask you the butterfly effect, doing a small change that have a major impact. Is there an example in your life that you can maybe bestow on us, please?
Well, I have found when I travel that it can be very hectic for a lot of people. So what I do is I look for families or people that look a little stressed, and I go and talk to them, ease their concerns, and they're so grateful that then I've noticed after I've gone, if I kind of look back, they're trying to do the same thing for someone else. So that little small instance of just sharing some compassion, like Giovanna said, being kind, sharing some love, it changes people where they're having some frustration, where then they feel empowered to be happy and go help someone else. And I've noticed that they will go look for someone, to do something nice for them because someone has done something unexpectedly nice for them or helped them out with their situation. It's like you just want to pay it forward. So the butterfly effect is if you do something small, that ripple effect will just keep rolling around. And we again, there's 8 billion people on this earth. If 8 billion people shared the love and we're all expressing love to each other at one time, imagine how this earth would just shake. And we can do that. We can be the change magnets.
Wow. When you said the earth can shake, I can just see the earth shaking, and everywhere love bubbles is coming out. Oh, oh, oh,
Yes.
oh, oh, oh. You can see I have a vivid imagination.
Listen.
Thank you, my beautiful Duchess DJ. Giovanna, is there something that a butterfly effect that you can maybe mention us, please? Thank you.
Well, I do think that from my own experience, I'm a cancer survivor, and I knew that going through that journey, I needed to go inside to make a change from within, because sometimes, what we hear everyone else say becomes too much chaos and too much information for our mind. But once you go into silence, you get to hear, and then you take a baby step. Then you can take a step. I think trusting yourself is something that we don't do a lot. We look for the outside to give us approval. We think everybody else knows better than we do. And just the baby step of listening to what your heart is telling you is something that has driven me to now help others, because we're only really happy. Happiness comes from the inside, right? So when we make the inside happy, our whole world changes. So it's the butterfly effect is looking at the inside. Look inside the cocoon before it develops, right?
Wow.
So
Amazing, amazing. And you were also a special guest on my show, right in the beginning, and as well as Duchess, as well as Dr. Michael. And we got so many feedback from people that said your show, the way that you were talking, the way that you told your story was truly amazing. So keep on telling your story and keep on inspiring us, because you are amazing. Thank you,
thank
Giovanna.
you. Thank you. Same to you.
So I quickly, before going to Dr. Michael Alexander, I quickly want to say what I wrote in 2021. I wrote, happiness is like a scrapbook. Sometimes you've got beautiful pictures that you are in awe, and you do a lot of beautiful buttons and stickers to make that picture even beautiful. And sometimes you have pictures that didn't come out the way that you wanted it to come out, but you still put it in your scrapbook, and you still put stickers or a lint or anything else to emphasize that picture. Say yes, in life, it's like 2 steps to the front and 1 step back. But when you do that 1 step back, don't stay there too long, because if you stay there too long, then sometimes it's difficult to move forward again. So even in just that small way of saying don't stay in the back step of life is also a butterfly effect. Because if you can just change your mind, and I want to say, go with your body, change your mind, and try and do that 1 step forward, even if it's a tiny, small step. You don't know what the possibilities is just around the corner. Oh, 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 Dr. Michael Alexander, I am deep today. I am deep. So, can you tell us something about the butterfly effect in your life?
When I was in high school, I loved mathematics, but I and the math teacher, the senior math teacher, did not get along at all. And it was a serious problem. And I remember one day my father came home and he said, Michael, I had a discussion today with Miss Zelinka. My heart was in my throat. And he said to me, I understand why she has a problem with you. She had the same problem with me. And that simple phrase told me that I had his love and his support, even if I was making waves, even if people who were, in theory, more powerful, more whatever, were giving me a hard time. And that gave me a feeling of security. It gave me a feeling that it was all right to be my own person. And as a result, when I went out into the world, I felt free to stand up for people who needed to be stood up for. I felt free to work for them and to offer them what I could offer them. Sanet, I could have been scared. But when you came to me, I had the confidence to hear what was within you. And if you want an example of the butterfly effect and the great things that can happen, that simple phrase of my father's made Sanet and all the good that she's doing and all the good that she helps other people do possible. That's the butterfly effect.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Michael. I remember clearly when you said to me, I'm just going to mute you quickly, when you said to me, Sanet, you're actually not a cookie cutter a method. And I thought, cookie cutter, so I need to bring a cookie cutter into my speech. And Michael, how did the people not love the cookie cutter idea? And remember when I told you I really want to say, when my husband said, Sanet, that he called me Liefie, it's love one in Afrikaans. He called me Liefie, and I came to the front and he said, I've got a present for you. And when I love presents, I'm like a child. I opened the present and it was a black, beautiful garment scale because I needed a scale to look at my BMI. And when I told Dr. Michael Alexander, he said, yes, Sanet, put it in your talk. I said, but the people will think, because there was a remark from my husband, and he said, no, Sanet, put it in. So the remark from my husband was, I took the scale and I went, I was so happy. I hugged the scale, and my husband looked at me and he said, excuse me, am I chopped liver? And then when I told Dr. Michael, he said, yes, Sanet, put it in. And Dr. Michael Alexander, you were so right. The people loved that story and the cookie cutter story. So I want to say thank you for helping me with my speech. Thank you for giving me small changes that made the world of difference, that gave me the confidence to go and stand in front of audiences and deliver my speech. So thank you so much, Dr. Michael Alexander. I will come back to you in a minute. Duchess GJ Love, when I said to you, we're going to talk about the butterfly effect. I'm going to quickly bring up your picture, then you can tell us a little bit about that.
That photo to me is all about the representation of change. What, again, the butterfly effect has touched my life way back years ago. That was probably taken of me probably 8 years ago. I still kind of look the same, but that's when I was a lot younger. And you can see even back then, I was all about the crown, representing royalty, showing that, a little small change can really impact the world. Because we think that, we can't do anything, that there's just one of us. But if one person does something, we can make a change. It will, like a dominoes, it'll just make them fall down. And that was my message to a nursing home group of people that I went to. They needed some inspiration at their late age in life. And so they asked me if I would dress up each month in a costume or do something for them. They called me their little cheerleader because when I would come in, I made their lives better for 1 hour on one Sunday a month. And this was the photo of me that made the most impact on them. And they remembered that because they would call me, or tell someone, hey, when's the butterfly girl coming back? We want to see her smile again. So again, something that I took, is just a simple act of kindness, rather, really made an impact on someone late in their lives when they're in the nursing home and they don't have much time left. But I gave them a smile. I gave them an image to let them know that there is something to look forward to.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Giovanna, what do you think about Dudge's story? Let me just unmute you, Giovanna. I'm so sorry.
I love the story because it's really connecting people to their heart, right? And you've made a lasting effect on them and they wanted you back. Why? Because you brought joy to their life, right? And when we bring joy to people's lives, we get it back tenfold because we're all connected energetically, whether we want to understand it or not. The word everything has the word energy in it. So we are all made to be connected. So we feel when someone does something that is good for the goodness of others, we all feel it. So thank you, Duchess, because you brought love to them and they're bringing it out to their families and it goes on and on and on and on, right? And that's what this world needs, exactly what she's doing.
Exactly. And Giovanna, when you made that video to tell people that you're going to have your own TV show, you went all out in nature and you recorded. And when you were talking, my heart felt with so much pride to say that I know this girl. I know this amazing human, amazing human with the biggest heart. And she's going to make an impact on so many people's lives. How did you feel when you heard that you are going to do the show? And then also when you did the video for us, it was amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm just feeling humble that the universe is listening and it's presenting opportunities for each of us to make this world a better place. So I know that people are going to come into my life just like you came into my life, Sanet. Like I was introduced to you and I never knew that this is where I would be right now, right? And it's about having faith. My journey has taught me that the more faith we have, it's either we live in faith or we live in fear. You pick your choice, but you can't be in both at the same time. So having that faith that everything is going to be okay and let go and let God do his job is really what brings this world together, right? When we are living in fear is what destroys this world. So and being with nature, the creator who made the beautiful water, the trees, the leaves, the sky, the sun, I know I'm in the right place. And that was just confirming it. So I can't wait. I don't know what's going to happen in my show, but I really can't wait. I'm actually very excited. And I'm going to trust the process. I may not be an Oprah right now, but you never know where the road opens up, right? But
Wow.
thank you to you.
Thank you. So we will find out when your show is starting. Do you have a date for your show
Yeah,
already?
it's couple of days right after Duchess. It's May 17th, and it is 3 p.m. Pacific time, and I believe 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, beautiful. We will just at the end just quickly give the times and dates again. So I'm going to quickly mute you before going to Dr. Micah Alexander. So before I go to come to you, Dr. Micah Alexander, there was something Giovanna said. There was something. There was something Giovanna said, and Giovanna, I was putting on my dream list. February 2021, I put on my dream list, I want to be a TV host. I have done a year and a half of live Zoom meetings where I have the power hour and I was the host and I got beautiful guests for the Diamond Beauties. But I wanted to bring it up and scaled a little bit up. And then I wrote down, Sanet, you're a lovable, amazing TV. And I remember I wrote TV, like big TV host. Almost, and I wrote almost like Oprah, because I really, and she inspires me a lot. I said almost like Oprah, but with a spin off Sanet all the way here from Johannesburg, South Africa. So I wrote it down. The next week, I changed my graphics for the live shows on Zoom. I made it like a screen. I have changed everything like it's to be professional, and I'm doing quite a lot of, do the marketing, make beautiful artwork, do a lot of advertising and telling the people to come to the show and really present my guest. Never knew God is going to bestow this amazing TV show on me. 8 months later, on 15th of January this year, I started with my show on E360 TV. And yes, I am a TV host. I am a heartfelt, magnificent TV host. Because if I believe in myself and I can tap inside myself to be authentic and give love, then people can receive it. So Giovanna and Duchess, you both are going to be amazing because you have the heart. Just like the butterfly, you are free to fly because you have done all the hard work. You went through all the scarrings and you pulled through, and now you're flying. So I will be your biggest fans, ladies, biggest fans. So I just want to mention that. So Dr. Michael Alexander, I'm going to unmute you and see if the sound is better. Please tell us a little bit more of your story of growth. Thank you.
I think ultimately what I've learned over the course of time and a chance to experience. Sanet, there's greatness in you and what you're doing. Giovanna, Duchess, you are doing wonderful and great things. And I very much want to let you know that I appreciate that. But I also want the members of your audience to know, as I found out over my life, that some of the greatest things we do are not the big ones, not the flashy ones. They're the little tiny things that made huge differences. Sometimes people don't even know. They don't even notice, but it does. I smile at people. And when I talk to people and they ask me questions which are trite and trivial questions, did you find everything you were looking for today? No, I'm still seeking my self-respect. And they do exactly what you did, Sanet. They laugh. And their day's a little bit brighter. And it also means that when I have a problem and I come to these people and I say, excuse me, I can't find, excuse me, could you tell me how to? They like me and they wanted to help me. As a storyteller, when I try to convince people of things, I tell them a story and let them buy into it. And then they want to help. It invests them in what I'm doing. It invests them in my happiness. And I'm invested in theirs. So when I get happier, other people get happy. Now, maybe nobody says, you know, I met the great Dr. Michael Alexander today. But I don't care. I've given them a smile. And they're going about their day a little happier and getting things done a little bit better. So the great things people do are wonderful and great, and I don't want to take a bit of that away. from each of you. But I want everyone in your audience to know that whether you wind up doing great things and the world recognizes you, or only small things and you make people happy, you've done a great thing. And that's the butterfly effect. That's that little tiny thing that hardly seems noticeable that makes the world a better and happier place for you and for them.
Thank you, Michael. I just wanted to make sure to mute you before we have this. So one of the things that you mentioned, smiling, and that is what I have done for almost all my life. I smile at people. And the other day, my grandson Zander said, "Omi, when you were big, you always smile." I said, "Yes." And you remember it. He said, "But now you're smaller and you still small." And I said to him, "My beautiful grandson, there's nothing here that holds me back. Look how easy. There's nothing say you cannot smile." And then he also, "No, Omar, you cannot smile like this." But we laughed so much. It was so funny. Yes, even for children, to teach them to be kind is to smile and to talk to somebody. So yes, Dr. Michael Alexander, when I was with the children in New Zealand, that was one of my grandson Zander's big trait, the smiling and being kind to his fellow, even the teacher and his fellow students. So Duchess DJ, our time is almost up. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your show? Thank you.
Thank you, Sunny. Again, I'm Duchess DJ Love, and my platform is Gallivanting Like a Royal. My background is in finance, investments, making money. So that's my background for as my trade, so to speak. But I've always had this strong desire, even as a child, to travel. Even when we didn't have money, something about the world just told me there's more out there to see. And I wanted to see it. And so I've had this traveling passion all of my life. And in the early years, I've journaled. So whenever I go somewhere, I would journal about what I liked, what I didn't like, how it made me feel. And my friends have traveled with me, and magical things truly happen when I travel. And they're like, "One day when you retire, why don't you share these stories with the world?" I really think they would find them fascinating, and it maybe help some other people, because the things that we encounter with you, we don't encounter anywhere else. So you need to share these stories. So that was my plan. One day down the road when I retired, well, God put it on my heart last March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, for good luck, I guess, because he probably figured I needed some luck, that if I didn't launch my blog, that's what I plan to do, that I would never do it. And I have a really good day job, as I call it. I very seldom have tough days. However, this particular day was a tough, stressful day with major deadlines that only I could do. That first download hit me at 4 p.m., right before I had 1 hour to finish up with my work. And it hit me that I needed to start my blog now. I just kind of tossed it aside and said, "No, I don't have time." That afternoon, I was at a working business meeting, and we were being served salad at dinner while we were still discussing things. It hit me again. It said, "If you don't start your blog, you never will." And I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll do it later." That night, it was on a Thursday night. I was very tired from my long day at work. I'm like, I'm going to bed early. I want to start my week fresh, energized, and like you said, on a happy note, so I can contribute to life. That's the thing. I want to be well rested. It hit me again. It said, "This time, if you don't start your blog now, you never, ever will." That "never, ever will" just kind of hit me hard, because I'd planned, I had the resources, I had the notes, I was prepared. I just wasn't personally ready to embark on that journey at that moment. However, I did. I did not know later on that I would meet Austin J. Haynes, who has his online TV show that brought me on, got me recognition, and I met more people. Well, I met someone that was hosting a local conference here in the area, and she's like, I'm going to give you 20 minutes to speak at my conference. I'm like, okay, I can talk about my travel. But I thought, if you're going to be a conference speaker, you really need to have something tangible. So I taught myself how to write a book, publish a book on Amazon in 2 weeks and get it done. That's the cover, everything. So if I can do it, folks, anybody can. That's my message. If I can do it, so can you. Listen to my Southern voice, okay? This is not something that is my strong suit. I can take 1,000 photos to get the one perfect photo that I'm happy with. But when you live like this, you don't have a chance to polish it up or touch this or touch that. This is it. So I had to embrace that. And I'm an introvert, which I come out as an extrovert, but the introvert is truly who I am. So this is difficult for me. So if I can do it, so can you. So after I wrote that book, I was, it kept putting little thoughts in my head. Well, why don't you have your own show? Share your stories on, video and a show. And I'm thinking that again, that's not me. However, January the 1st, as Giovanna said, we got to hold the faith, and we got to take that leap of faith when it's presented to us, because opportunities may come along just one time. You never know. Sometimes we get a second chance, but I've learned I'm going to do it. I've done it afraid. I've done it scared. I did it where I didn't know how to do it. You can go back and watch some of my episodes. I'll tell you every week, these are the challenges that I incurred. Each week it was something different. But I believe that was made possible to show me that I can do this. And for folks to see that the struggles I went through, they know that they can do it as well. You can let your voice be heard, because we all have a story to share and tell, and it will change someone else's life. And that's the way I feel about it. If I can just help one person, then my goal has been met.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Duchess. And you also gave us a golden tip. If you can do it, anybody can do it. So, Giovanna, if you can also end of your story, and also remember to give us a golden tip as well. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Giovanna. I'm just going to unmute you. There you are.
Well, Duchess really said everything that's on my heart as well, but it's absolutely true. There are people out there going through the same thing, and if they can do it, then anybody else can do it too. I say that we're all made of the same thing, and it's trusting yourself is the first step. And if you trust yourself, get out of the comfort zone, because when you're in your comfort zone is when you have worries and doubts. And it's when you take that leap of faith is when you will see the magical happen in your life. And I think that is where people don't want to go outside their comfort zone. And in my show, I want to bring on people that will show how the impossible is possible, and the little changes that were made, how it changed the world, right? And I think when people see that, people get encouraged to do it. Our stories are not meant for us. They're meant for us to share. And when we experience something that is a life-changing event, and you overcome it. For me, my story with my cancer, I got a second chance at life. I see my cancer as a gift. And sometimes we're presented with struggles in our life to see the gift so you can share it and help others. So it's all about helping each other. It's not about us. It's about each other to make this world a better place. And if you help other people, you're helping yourself. You're helping your world. It's so it's not about being solo. It's about being together and making a difference together. And that's what we're doing, basically. And that's why we're connecting, because you have a message to make this world a better place. Dr. Michael has his message to make this world a better place. And all of us here, Duchess, myself. And I think that's why the internet even came to be what it is today. 30 years ago, we didn't have the internet. But today we need it to share these stories, to lift people up, because, again, we're living in fear, and it's like, let's live in love. let's live in love, and this world would be a better place for sure. So give love. That's my big golden tip, right? Give love because you'll get it back, right?
Thank
Be
you.
kind. Yeah. Make
Thank
people
you.
feel good.
Sorry. Thank you, my beautiful Giovanna. I'm going to mute you. And before going over to Michael, I just want, there was something that you said, and I thought, when I started, I knew I had a story, but how I'm going to bring my story to others. So then I started with the Diamond Beauties group. And then I found out, but we had the first month, we just had meetings between us. But then when they tell their story, I thought, how I'm going to incorporate this platform, do this platform for them to come and share it for a wider audience. And yes, I totally agree, Giovanna. Me being able to do the Power Hour show we did 84 live sessions on Zoom, and now today is the 16th episode on a TV show, Power Hour TV show. God had shown me a way to have a platform to shine, to let other people come and tell their stories and shine. I cannot tell you how many ladies have listened to other ladies and thought their problems were the biggest. And when they learned from other people's story, they found out now they have so much to be grateful for. Some ladies have healed telling their stories, and other ladies have healed hearing other ladies' stories. So for me, this is a God sent, a God. I have done everything, the naming convention, everything I have prayed over. So even today's session is magical, and I know this is just the way it should be. So Dr. Micah Alexander, you are the last person to say your beautiful words and give us a golden nugget.
In the mornings of the year, you'll find little ugly bumps on the leaves of the tree. But if you wait, those little ugly bumps become caterpillars. And those caterpillars bring us a little amusement, a little delight, a little curiosity as they wiggle across the leaves. And then they spin cocoons. And in those cocoons, they grow and they change until eventually they eat their way out of the cocoons. And they dry their wings and they spread them and they fly. Some fly alone, some fly with others, sharing and making a beautiful flock of some of the most lovely animals on the planet. Humans are the same way. We start off with little bumps of insecurity, of problems, of fears, of things we're not ready for. But eventually, we hatch from those eggs and crawl and start to bring those close to us, those we love, a little bit of delight as caterpillars. And then we have to spend our time growing in our cocoons by ourselves, developing, becoming who we have to be. And some people are afraid, and they're never willing to get out of those cocoons. And we must help them, because when they emerge from their cocoons, when they dry their wings, when they fly, as you people are flying, and as many others are flying, they bring beauty and hope and joy to the world. Whether it's individual, beautiful butterflies, or as a beautiful, colorful, rainbow flock of joyful butterflies. So I hope you and everyone listening here today will take advantage of this lesson. Grow, spread your wings. Don't hide in your cocoons, but get out and fly and share your beauty with the rest of the world. And that's the message I leave for you.
Wow, Dr. Michael. Phew, my heart is pumping because you have said your story is beautiful, but you said something in your story to say that we can inspire other people to come out of their cocoon and set themselves free. I can just imagine with Duchess DJ Love with her beautiful show and Giovanna with her beautiful show, we can all help other people. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I am truly blessed to have this amazing guest today. If you're on the replay, just hashtag replay and please put some comments on the YouTube channel. I think Duchess and Giovanna and Dr. Michael will be able to see it from there. But take one small step, like Giovanna said, get out of your comfort zone, get out of your cocoon, step out, and like Dr. Michael said, let your wings dry so that you can start flying like that just DJ, flying all over the world, meeting people, helping people at the airports, helping people where she goes. Say yes, be like a butterfly. For me, the Monarch butterfly is the most beautiful butterfly. And that is why I have incorporated in my logo. Everywhere I go, I love, and I am very fortunate that I do see a lot of times a monarch butterfly. Then I know God is saying, yes, I am with you. So that's my sign. Butterflies is my sign. So, ladies and gentlemen, please look in the description below. You will be able to see Duchess, Giovanna's, and Dr. Michael's contact details, a snippet of their bio, and you're welcome to follow each other. You're welcome to connect because through connections, life is possible. And when life is possible, love. Oh. You're the one that I want. Oh, I don't know why this came in my mind, but anyway, love is possible. So I would love to play out with my signature song. My forever song is Walking on Sunshine, and I cannot play it on the show due to copyright. But Jennifer Gerald have written me a beautiful song. I have given her all my wordings. Cover the words with love. Butterfly wings, walking on sunshine. But you can hear it's an amazing song. So if you can give me a minute, I'm going to start playing my signature song. And you can dance with me. Can you hear it? Not yet? Okay, let me just play again.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away.
Bye bye, everyone. Bye.